Today I am sharing my 7 favorite luxury perfumes for summer. I used to be like someone who only wore one fragrance year round, and then I don't know what happened last year, but I became like obsessed with buying perfumes. I amassed quite the collection, and so today I'm going to share with you the best ones for summer. If your beauty routine is your favorite ritual, be sure to hit the subscribe button because I'm here every week sharing my beauty habit with you. Let's talk fragrance. First, we have the fragrance Windows Down from Henry Rose. Honestly, you guys, this perfume is like if the Abercrombie & Fitch perfume from 2006 grew up with us and it became modern and didn't make your head hurt. This perfume is like luxury California sunshine in a bottle. It's what I imagine Kristen Cavallari smells like. Is it weird to wonder what Kristen Cavallari smells like? Probably. Anyway, it has this perfect blend of citrus and neroli, and then there's like this light floral finish that just makes you feel like you really are in the sunshine with your windows down and you're having the best summer of your life. The top notes are grapefruit, bergamot, and Earl Grey with base notes of moss and musk, which I didn't even know I needed that combination of moss and musk, but it really, really works. Henry Rose, it's a line of sustainable and transparent personal care products that was founded by Michelle Pfeiffer. You go, Michelle Pfeiffer. My favorite thing about this perfume is the fact that it lasts like crazy on me. I apply it first thing in the morning, and then when I go to bed at night, I can still smell like the faintest, loveliest trace of it on my arms. It retails for $120 for 1.7 fluid ounces, which is expensive, but for me, so worth it. Next up, we have Angel Nova from Thierry Mugler. This is fruity and sweet, and then you have like a little bit of like woody ode under it. The best thing about Thierry Mugler fragrances is there's always something like unexpected and so distinctive about them. It's like there's always a note in there that you don't expect that just makes them so memorable. Honestly, every time I wear a Thierry Mugler fragrance, whether it's Angel, Alien, or this one, Angel Nova, I get so many compliments and people are always like, oh my gosh, like you smell amazing. I've never smelled a fragrance like that. Like they just honestly are some of my most complimented fragrances. This is no exception. This has top notes of raspberry and lychee, a heart note of damask rose, and then a base of, this is a very long hard word, akigala wood, and benzoin, which is a warm balsamic note that is reminiscent of vanilla. Most of the Thierry Mugler fragrances that you have, they can have like a very sweet something to them, but there's always something in the base that's a little bit warm, and I think that's that like unexpected note that just does make it so memorable. Also, the longevity on this is fantastic. Again, every Thierry Mugler fragrance I've ever tried lasts on me like crazy. I feel like they last on most people very well. They just have a really great longevity. I also love that you can generally get the refillable perfume, like this one itself is refillable, which is really lovely for the environment and for your wallet because you do get to pay a little bit less for the refills than you do for the full bottle itself. This retails for $130 for 3.4 ounces. Let's talk about the most expensive fragrance on this list, and you know it's expensive because I only own the travel version. This is Soleil Brulant from Tom Ford. It is $75 for 0.3 of an ounce. For a full 1.7 ounce bottle of this, it is $368. I love this. I have thought about buying the full size one, but I'm gonna wait until I go through the travel size because this is very concentrated. You only need the tiniest bit and it really does last on my skin. So I think it will take me a while to get through this travel size. This has a very like strong amber base and you have citrus, heart, and top notes. The top notes on this are pink pepper, bergamot, and mandarin orange. Heart notes of orange blossom and honey. And then the base, which I think is probably what makes me love this so much. The base notes are amber, resin, and vetiver. I know vetiver is one of those very hit or miss notes for people. And in case you've ever wondered, vetiver is actually like a grass and there are a lot of different variations of it. So apparently depending on where it grows in the world, it could have a very different scent, but in general, it's quite woody and green. Honestly, I love this for summer because I feel like this is what people in Saint-Tropez smell like. I feel like if you go out at night in Saint-Tropez, like you're hanging out with Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, isn't that where they are right now in Saint-Tropez? Crazy love story going on there. Anyway, I feel like this is what people there smell like. Maybe J-Lo wears this sometimes. It is so good and definitely a very sensual summer scent. Next up, if you love yuzu, I have the scent for you. This is Louis Vuitton On the Beach. It retails for $265 for 3.4 fluid ounces. It's actually currently sold out, which is a bummer because this is such a beautiful scent that really does perfectly capture what it's like to be on the beach. It has top notes of yuzu and neroli, heart notes of pink pepper, sand, and aromatics like rosemary, thyme, and cloves. Then the base note is cypress, which gives the dry down a very like woody green scent. The opening is so beachy when you first spray this on your skin. It's not overly sweet like some perfumes that attempt to be beachy can be. And then on the dry down, it gets that woodsy green vibes. It really reminds me of staying somewhere like Hilton Head Island where you have like all these trees kind of like hiding the beach just beyond view. Like that's what the dry down really reminds me of. Now the longevity is the only issue with this perfume. And I feel like what happens is because it's so instantly beachy and citrusy, it's a very like stark contrast to what the dry down smells like, because the dry down is a lot softer with that cypress. You just have such a contrast that once it dries down after the first 10 minutes, I think that sometimes it can feel like it's completely gone. Now on me, I noticed that I get a good 10 hours out of this perfume, which is perfect for me. I don't really need it to last much longer than that. But after I read some reviews on people complaining about the longevity, I did have my mom and my aunt both try this fragrance. Now, my mom swore it was gone within 30 minutes. She was like, I don't smell anything anymore. Whereas my aunt got about 10 hours like I did. So I would definitely say this is one of those perfumes that you would need to have a sample of just to see if the longevity does work for you, or if you're, like my mom and you feel like after 30 minutes, it's completely gone. You guys, I was on the hunt for a grown-up version of Bath and Body Works Cotton Blossom because there's just something about that laundry fresh scent that screams summer to me. And I found the perfect luxury grown-up version of that perfume. It is Blanche from Byredo. It is fresh and perfumey with a good powdery heart that's not too strong. Doesn't make you smell like literal laundry detergent, just that hint of it. And it has that little bit of soapiness that you need to get like a truly good linen-like fragrance. The top notes are aldehydes, rose, and pink pepper. Then for the heart notes, you have peony, violet, and African orange flower, although this is not too florally. I know that with that heart, it could seem like, oh, that's gonna be very floral. It's not, it's very balanced, and the linen fragrance truly is what comes through the most. Then on the base notes, you have musk, woodsy notes, and sandalwood. This is another fragrance though that does need a sample. Byredo fragrances, I feel like they tend to be like hit or miss from person to person when it comes to longevity. For example, I get 8 hours of this, which is fine for me, but I did give a sample that I had, like an extra sample of this to my esthetician, and she only got about 3 hours, and she wasn't even sure it lasted that long. It's just by hour 3, she was like, I just noticed it was gone. Byredo does have a discovery set on their website that comes with Blanche, where you can get 6 2-milliliter fragrance samples for $45. Then you get a coupon code for $45 off of any full-size fragrance. You just have to make sure to use it within 4 weeks. So I highly would suggest doing that if you're interested in trying out their fragrances. They are really unique, really beautiful, but again, that longevity can be very hit or miss. Next up, let's talk about a classic, you guys. It's C from Giorgio Armani. This is actually probably the most vanilla forward scent that I own and love. It's very woodsy and vanilla, but there's also fruit and my favorite, patchouli. You guys know I love some patchouli. Side note, I read a very interesting article that was explaining that patchouli is actually the most powerful of any plant-derived essence, and that's why I think it's so hit or miss for people, because you have to be very, very careful with it. Like if you are not careful with that patchouli, it can literally lead into like that like 1960s unbathed hippie territory. Luckily, whoever designed C by Giorgio Armani was very, very careful, because it is such a well-balanced perfume. Very like sensual. This is more of like a nighttime summer perfume for me, but I can wear it throughout the day. It's not overpowering anything like that. The top note is currant leaf. There's a heart of rose and freesia, and the base is vanilla, patchouli, and a chemical called ambroxan, or I don't know if you call it a chemical. It's a synthetic compound that smells like amber. This also is one of the longest lasting perfumes on me. It is right up there with the Henry Rose one, that like I can still smell this at night when I go to bed in just the faintest way, and it is so lovely. Last but not least, we have what would be my favorite summer scent of all time if it would actually last on me. It is Bulgari's Rive Solare. This is delicious. Actually, this fragrance promises to whisk you away to the Italian Riviera, and it does not disappoint. It is amazing. The top note on this is Calabrian bergamot, which if you didn't know, bergamot is like this little wrinkly lime looking thing that people think actually probably started as a cross between a lemon and a bitter orange. I have so many perfumes with bergamot in it, so obviously it's one of my favorite notes. Then the heart notes are osmanthus, orange blossom, and mandarin orange, and a base of musk, which just balances everything out. Honestly, this perfume smells so Mediterranean. It is sensual in the way of like, you know, when you get in the ocean, you get out of the ocean, you're like, you know, sand, your hair's got like that perfect saltwater vibe going on. You've got sand on your body. It's very sexy and sensual, but like in a very fresh ocean way. That is what this is. It's intimate and succulent, and I wish I got more wear out of it, but honestly, this is like 3 hours of wear. So I can wear this in the evening, but I have to take a little tiny travel vial with me and like re-spritz it like after dinner, which really sucks, but honestly, it smells so good and so unlike anything else that I own that I'm not even upset about the fact that I spent $230 on 3.4 ounces. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see more fragrance videos. This is the first time I've ever done this, and it was actually really fun. I am so in love with fragrances lately, so I'd love to share more with you if you're interested. And let me know, what is your favorite summer perfume? I hope to see you in my next video, and until then, you take care of yourself.